Marisha here, and today I'm going to talk to you about the price of groceries in the US versus the UK. Now, I did already do a video that was specifically on eggs because they're sort of their own special thing. There are enough factors with eggs comparing between the two countries. It warranted its own video. If you missed that, you can catch that here. But today I'm just going to be talking about a few staples and my attempts to keep things as equal or comparing like to like as possible. So to start with, I chose a store that shows up in both countries. It wouldn't be fair, I don't think, to compare, Giant in the US to Sainsbury's in the UK. I mean, you can do it, but it's a lot, I think, better methodology to say I compared Aldi and Aldi. And for that reason, I chose Aldi brand products in both places. And then I picked a few things that I would consider like staples. And I just picked four things to keep it sort of short and simple. I went home over Christmas, went to an Aldi in Michigan, jotted down the prices of things. And then when I came back here, went to an Aldi here in London and jotted down the prices. So I'm just going to share with you kind of what those things were, what the prices were, and then I'll tell you a total if I were doing a grocery shop and this was my list and I bought these four things. So to start, a bag of microwavable rice. So that pre-cooked rice that's kind of in like a plastic bag, you throw it in the microwave. It's maybe 2 servings of rice. Again, all of these things are Aldi brand. In the US, $1.39. In the UK, 45 pence or 56 cents. And I should note that for this rice, it was just like plain basmati rice because some of the prices differ if you go in for like flavored rices and things. So again, I tried to keep it as, like to like. The next one, a can of beans, kidney beans specifically for both, 85 cents in the US, 49 pence or 61 cents in the UK. Milk was the only one where I did do an extra step of math because the sizes of the containers are not really equal. Um, so I did the math to figure out how much am I paying per liter in both places. So in the US, for a liter, I would be spending 81 cents. And in the UK, £1.05 or $1.30. Milk was the one item on my list where it was actually more expensive in the UK than in the US. And then finally, a loaf of wheat bread. Just plain, kind of squishy, soft wheat bread, not the fancy, we've got seeds on the top wheat bread. $1.45 in the US and 75 pence or 93 cents in the UK. So if I went to the grocery store with these four things on my list, in the US, I would be spending $4.50. In the UK, converting into US dollars, I would be spending $3.40. So it's about 25% cheaper in the UK. Keep in mind that I'm not sure if Aldi prices are the same across the country, the way that I think, for example, Walmart might be, or if, like a lot of things, it depends on where in the country you are in the States, right? So if it's the latter, keep in mind, I was in a rural place where prices would be lower, and it might be an even more accurate comparison if I was to try to go to New York City or Washington, D.C. and get prices there to compare to London prices. So it might be an even bigger discrepancy if that's a factor. I don't know if it is. Aldi might be one of those stores where they have the same prices no matter where you are in the country. I'm not sure. If you know for sure, drop it in the comments. Um, but certainly, obviously it's cheaper in the UK. There are individual things that you can get cheaper in the States than over here. But overall, if you're just going to do like a normal grocery shop and fill your cart with the normal kind of staples and things that you would buy, cart to cart, it's going to be cheaper in the UK. And I think especially, I did talk about this in an earlier video, with produce. I was really surprised at how much cheaper produce is. Fresh, you're getting carrots and onions and blueberries and apples and how much cheaper they were. So, even though London is, again, this is a repeat of something I've already said in an earlier video. Even though London is considered an expensive place to live, it's not necessarily across the board on all the things that you're spending money on. So I also don't know if prices have gone up even more since Christmas. I know that they certainly have for eggs because of the bird flu and everything. If you are in the States, and especially if you're shopping at Aldi, and the prices that I quoted are lower than what you're paying now, let me know that in the comments. I'd be interested in hearing that. In the meantime, like, subscribe, tell your friends how gnarly this channel is, and I'll see you next time.